So I was in work today and my mind was wandering, as it does. And this was actually after a conversation that I'd had with somebody that I work with. And we tend to have like really good conversations about everything. I think mainly about self development and self growth and stuff like that. So after this conversation, I started thinking, and then my mind started wandering because of the fact that I'd just had a really good conversation. And I kind of just wanted to share it on the channel and just give you my opinion on what this is. So I had just this epiphany. I think it's because we were talking about personal growth and, how it's, we were talking about personal growth and how that kind of changes throughout your life and, your opinions change and how you were maybe 10 years ago, you're not that person anymore. And the reasons why that changes. And I got to thinking, I guess because I've been doing a lot of stuff on my channel as well recently that's to do with my identity and my past and my childhood and how I've changed and how I've gained confidence and stuff like that. That's probably why it got me thinking. So it's not totally random, I suppose. My thought was, and it was a question, why do so many people feel left behind? Because all I've been seeing on YouTube recently are videos of people, saying, like in the thumbnail and the title, saying stuff like, you're not behind in life, you're just X, Y, and Z. Or the reason that you feel behind in your 30s. I don't know, titles and thumbnails like that. And I was like, why is that? These are just my random wandering thoughts at this point, doing a mundane, boring task. And I really got into it in my head. I was like, honestly, and this is not a diss to social media because I believe that social media can do good and it has done good and will continue to do good things. But I feel like we have to be very careful with social media. And I think a lot of us can feel left behind or like we're not in the right place because we are so wrapped up in other people's lives and their business and the stories that they post on Instagram and the carousels that people post on Instagram, these really aesthetically pleasing, tips and tricks and how to become an influencer and how to do this and how to eat healthy, aesthetically pleasing lunches. We're kind of like conned into thinking that these are really important things. And don't get me wrong, if you've got everything figured out and you really want an aesthetically pleasing lunch, then go for it. You do you. But for most of us, we're literally just trying to get by and we're literally just trying to navigate life because it can throw some crazy stuff at you. And then what we need is to reconnect with ourselves and our story and our present and what we're doing, the path that we're on. And I'm not saying that you can never change. My whole opinion on changing and identity shifting and confidence boosting is that you absolutely have it in you to change. What I'm saying is we focus on, another example, celebrities. We're always seeing what they're doing. We read it in magazines, we see it on Instagram, we see it in the news. We follow their stories so much, and I do the same, of course. But I think it needs to be limited. While we are obsessing over certain people or celebrities or just mindlessly doom scrolling and looking into other people's lives, we are literally neglecting the one life that we have to live. And I think that is the danger. And I think that's the danger of social media. And I think that's where a lot of people feel left behind because they are taking so much time out of their life, out of their day, and they they're, like I said, they're neglecting themselves and their own story. And I think this is why a lot of people feel that, and they feel left behind. They feel like they're not doing what they should be doing in their 30s. So we're forgetting what makes us happy. We're looking at things that we think modern day society wants us to be interested in, to make us interesting, to make us look important, to make us sound important, to make us, you know, to give us the certain vibe, to feel a certain way about ourselves even. And then you look at yourself and you go, oh, I don't really feel how that influencer or that celebrity or that person that I'm watching, how they're describing that it should make me feel. I don't feel that way. Why is that? And it's because you're just following trends. You're following people that don't align with your views. You're following people who don't share the same belief system as you. You're following people that you don't even really, if you knew them in real life, like celebrities and influencers, you probably wouldn't get along. Not that you would hate each other, but that you just wouldn't click or mesh or gel. And that's a person that you're trying to replicate what they're doing because you think this is trendy, it's cool, I don't know, whatever, or it's going to better my life in some way. But honestly, the only way that you're going to feel not left behind and that your life is better for you is, I genuinely believe, get off the stories for a while. Stop Googling your favorite celebrity. I'm not saying forever. You know, we all need that little bit of like leisurely scrolling, and I absolutely believe that. That's just modern day. That's just how we are now. But I do think we should limit it and we should pay attention to ourselves and our needs and think about what we like to do. So for me, I'll give you an example. For me, it was very much, I was the girl that, you know, really wanted to be into bath bombs. That's such a random thing. But I was that girl. All my friends loved them. And I'm pretty sure I was in like college at the time. All my friends loved them. You know, they'd be like, oh, so relaxing, like a bath bomb in the bath and some candles, super relaxing, put on your favourite show. I remember I thought this sounds so aesthetically pleasing and so nice and cozy and like dead girly, and I really want to be into it. So I did. I got myself some bath bombs. I asked for bath bombs for Christmas for about 3 years in a row. Not because I liked them, because I mean they're okay, but I like now I would never. I would never choose. I just wouldn't. That's just not my thing at all. But because I wanted to feel what they were feeling from that experience, I wanted to feel really girly and feel really cozy and calm and again aesthetically pleasing. Like that whole vibe would make me feel more content, like it made them feel. And I was following what they were doing rather than literally sitting myself down and going, Shannon, what do you like to do? You know, that really, really easy thing that you can do where you talk to yourself in your head out loud. I do it out loud because I don't know, maybe I just like the sound of my own voice. I have no idea. But yeah, that's a really good example because we just neglect ourselves. And I just don't think, maybe for some of you, you genuinely do think, no, I am behind, like my goals, I'm not where I want to be. But for a lot of us, I think we just need to take a break, chill out, stop following people online, you know, stop doing what other people are doing because they say it's good. Figure it out. Just chill, sit with yourself. Now, what do I do to relax? Now I enjoy YouTube. YouTube's my thing. I love to scroll on YouTube and watch videos that I actually enjoy. So I love World War II. That sounds really weird. I am interested in World War II. That's a much better way to phrase it, Shannon. And so I watch a lot of those types of videos, you know, informative videos about World War II, or I'll watch the History Channel. That's how I relax. Or I'll watch a good World War II movie. Or I'm also interested in interested in World War One. So one of my favourite movies is All Quiet on the Western Front. I often just put that on to chill out. That is what makes me calm and cozy. And I'll turn all my lights off and I can light the candle because I like candles, but there's no bath bomb involved. There is no bath bomb because Shannon doesn't like bath bombs, okay? If that's one takeaway from this video, it's that Shannon doesn't like bath bombs. So there you go. There's a nice little fact about me. I don't hate them. You know, they're not the bane of my existence, but I also just don't like them. It's just, I'm not a bath bomb girl. So yeah, it's all about figuring out what you want. And I'm talking on like a really small scale here, like things that you can do to chill out, you know, and not copy other people. But obviously you would use that in your life as wherever you are. Instead of copying influences and this certain thing, you need to sit down with yourself and discover what it is that you enjoy and not what they enjoy, or what celebrities enjoy, or what your best friend enjoys, because it might not be what you like. Bottom line is, just reconnect with you. I think that's always my takeaway from things like this, but it's true, especially with the rise of social media. And again, I love social media. I'm not against it, but I think we need to take more responsibility and like accountability for how much we let it. My lights just died. Sorry if that affects the video, but I'm not stopping because I'm on a roll. We need to take accountability for how we let it affect us, because essentially, I've heard this phrase recently and it really stuck with me, and I quite like it because of how like emotive it is. Essentially, nobody is coming to save you, right? Is the vibe here. You have to realize what you are doing wrong in order to, and when I say wrong, I'm not like having a go, but as in like what you are neglecting to do for yourself to get to where you want to be. And you might not know where you want to be, you just know that you want to be somewhere different, and that's fine. Just figure it out without copying other people and what they say, and what they say is good. Yeah, those are my thoughts. I mean, nothing really more than that, just the fact that we tend to focus on other people's stories more than our own, I suppose. Yeah, just a thought. I'm gonna go because my thoughts have now vanished, because everything's getting a bit noisy outside and that's all I can hear, so I'm a bit distracted. But thank you so much for watching, and I feel like you should get off your phone. Get off it. Just put it down. Put it down. Read a book. Watch a movie. I don't know. Do what you want to do. Yeah. Bye.